The Dodgers have taken the field here now, waiting for Don Sutton to come to the pitcher's mound. Sutton, 16-9 on the year, earned run average of 2.31. And trying to pick up his 17th win. The Dodgers will have 11 games to play after tonight. So Sutton will probably only get 2 more starts, possibly 3. So he has an outside chance to get 20 wins. If he should win the next 3, then they might move the starting rotation around a bit to get him a start. But with a 5-man rotation, it figures that he's only going to get 2 more at the best. So Don will probably fall shy. Osteen appears that he will fall shy too. Claude is 16-10 and has lost 4 straight. So it has certainly turned around for Claude the last month or so. They're in the bottom of the 9th inning in Cincinnati, and the Astros still lead the Reds 5-2 as Dave Roberts tries to stop that 7-game Cincinnati winning streak. All right, Sutton concluding his warm-up tosses. Dodgers and Giants ready to go. And we're all set now for the play-by-play. Here's Vin Scully. Vinny?
Thank you, Jerry. Hi, everybody, and a very pleasant good evening to you, wherever you may be. The Dodgers ready for the San Francisco Giants. It'll be Bobby Bonds, Tito Fuentes, and Gary Maddox in that order. Bonds, a brilliant young right fielder for San Francisco, hitting .290, 38 home runs, 92 RBIs. With his 38 home runs, he also has 42 stolen bases. So Bonds checks in at the plate, and we're about ready. Don Sutton, 16-9. It's been a while for him. The last time Claude Osteen won a game was the 28th of August, and the last time Don Sutton won a game was the 26th of August. So, of course, when your 2 top winners have suddenly stopped winning, you're in trouble, and that's been the Dodgers' story. So Sutton trying to win his 17th tonight. The 1-0 pitch to Bonds, foul back out of play, and the count 1 ball, 1 strike. The Giants have an edge on the Dodgers. They have won 9 of the 16. The Giants have won 4 of 7 here. They took 5 out of 9 up north. So Bobby Bonds, followed by Tito Fuentes and then Gary Maddox. Ron Say up about even with the bag at third. Now the 1-1 pitch to Bobby Bonds. Fastball, swung on and missed, 1-2. Bobby Bonds has become the most dangerous leadoff man the game has ever known. 28 times in his career he has led off a game with a home run. And 11 times this year. The 1-2 pitch, swung on and missed, strike 3. So Bobby Bonds strikes out, and the batter will be Tito Fuentes. For Bonds, he also pays a price for his home runs. That's strikeout number 135 for Bobby. Tito Fuentes, the switch-hitting second baseman, having a fine year, both with the glove and the bat. Tito hitting .277, and hitting second, he has 59 runs batted in. Fuentes has missed only 1 game. Don Sutton ready and delivers, and the first one drops on the outside corner for a strike. 0-1. So Fuentes has missed 1 game. Bill Russell, the Dodgers shortstop, has played in them all for Bill, game number 152. Crawford very shallow in left field. Willie Davis is up in left center, and the pitch to Tito is high. 1 ball and 1 strike. The Dodgers defensively, an infield of Buckner and Lopes, Russell and Say, with Crawford, Davis, and Pashorek in the outfield. Ferguson behind the plate. Sutton ready, Don to the windup, and the 1-1 pitch, fastball swung on and missed. Tito swung so hard that the meat end of the bat pounded down into the ground in his backswing. 1-2. Fuentes has 5 home runs. It's a little bit surprising to see him swing that hard, but he does not strike out. He's very tough to strike out. Next one, a slider inside under the hands, 2-2. Tito, in 610 at-bats, has struck out only 56 times. That's roughly about 9%. 2-2, the count to Tito Fuentes. Sutton reading Ferguson. Tito getting time as he backs out. Doug Harvey, the plate umpire. Art Williams at first. Andy Olson at second. Shag Crawford on the line back at third. Joey Amalfitano coaching at first. Johnny McNamara at third. The 2-2 pitch, fastball, pop foul off to the left and out of play. Two balls, two strikes to Tito Fuentes. One out in the first inning, just the start of the evening. He'll pull up a chair and spend part of the evening with us. Don Sutton trying to win his 17. Jim Barr going for the Giants is 11-14. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Tito Fuentes. Breaking ball, got him swinging. That's a tough man to strike out. So 2 strikeouts for Don and the batter Gary Maddox. Sutton now with 186 strikeouts, so he's getting very close to the 200 mark. Gary Maddox, right-hand hitting center fielder, who was out when the Dodgers visited San Francisco. Prior to the first game of the series, Gary had a foul ball get him on the left foot, and he missed the entire series. It didn't hurt the Giants at all. They swept. He runs to bunt and taps it back to Sutton, who picks it up and throws him out. So the Giants go quickly, and at the end of half an inning, Giants nothing, Dodgers coming up. At a baseball game, not all the action is on the diamond. There's also what goes on in the stands, the ceaseless devouring of hot dogs. At the stadium, this means Farmer John Dodger dogs. These big 10 inches are also available in food stores as extra long Farmer John wieners, along with Farmer John's regular size meat wieners. Except for size, there's no difference. The difference is between Farmer John wieners and other wieners. Bite into a Farmer John wiener and you'll notice it's firm and meaty in texture, tender and juicy, yet not soft and mushy like some. Farmer John, you see, never adds inexpensive fillers, nor does he use meat byproducts. All the meat is from table-quality cuts of fresh homegrown beef and fresh eastern corn-fed pork. You'll also find that Farmer John wieners have a smokier goodness. It's a distinctive western smoke flavor from long, slow smoking over native western wood. Meatier texture, heartier flavor. You enjoy them both in Farmer John's marvelous meat wieners. Bottom of the first inning, Giants fail to score, and the Dodgers coming up. The applause in the background. As they do it here, it sums it up so succinctly. It says in big letters, Hank, and then underneath it, hit number 711 tonight. Bad Henry will be here Wednesday and Thursday nights, and you can bet he'll be giving it his best shots. And we hope you'll be out here with us. It's a most attractive week with the Giants tonight and tomorrow night, then Henry Aaron chasing the Babe Wednesday and Thursday, and the Cincinnati Reds here with the Dodgers chasing the Reds. Davy Lopes, Bill Buckner, and Willie Davis. Against right-hander Jim Barr. Barr's 11-14. He's beaten the Dodgers 3 times this year. He shut them out. Pitched a 6-hit shutout. Also beat them 4-2. Right-handed deals and the pitch a strike, 0-1. The one-game Barr loss was a very one-sided game. The Dodgers pounded the Giants that day 15-3. But he's a lot tougher than that. Jimmy's strike 1 pitch, a little low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Barr is 4-3 lifetime with the Dodgers. Davy Lopes hitting .275, 5 home runs, 34 RBIs. Takes the next pitch high, ball 2. Davy's been on the upswing ever since he improved physically. Got over the bad thumb, got over the muscle spasm in the back, finally got over the flu, and he's been playing very well. Checks on a fastball that gets the outside corner for a strike, and the count 2-2. Giants and Dodgers, meeting number 17. Dodgers 6.5 back, the Giants 8.5 back. The next one a little high, ball 3, 3-2. But oh, what's going on in the East? The National League East is going wild. Pittsburgh and Montreal and St. Louis. For that matter, the New York Mets as well. The 3-2 pitch is low, ball 4, and Davies aboard. That'll bring up Bill Buckner, hitting .276.
Bill Buckner.
Buckner with 8 home runs. That's the most he's hit anywhere, minor or majors. 45 RBIs. Willie Davis on deck. Kingman plays up a step inside the bag at third. Barr, his teammate at SC, plants the right foot on the rubber and looks into Dave Rader. McCovey holding the bag on Lopes. He goes. The pitch is swung on and missed. Dropped behind the plate by Rader, I believe. Buckner lost his bat. It went all the way out beyond the mound. And the count 0-1. So it's a stolen base for Davey. Steal number 35. So Buckner losing his bat, but Rader dropping the ball. He might have been disconcerted a little bit by that bat flying away. 0-1 the count. Now the test comes up. Whether Buckner can hit the ball to the right side of the infield to get his man over to third. He couldn't do it against Don Wilson in Houston yesterday. To me, it is always one of the great challenges of the game. A left-hand hitter trying to pull, and the right-hand pitcher trying to keep it away. 0-1 the count to Bill Buckner. Lopes at second base. Barr checking. Now Jim at the belt. Looks back at Lopes. A pitch to Buckner. He pulled it on the ground. Good play. Tito Fuentes throws him out, but that's not the important thing. He got his man over to third. So Buckner got him over. Now we'll see if Willie Davis can pull him out. One of the, I guess, memorable moments in baseball, and there are so many of them. Remember when Ron Hunt played with the Dodgers and Jim Bunning pitched for the Phillies? And the Dodgers would get a runner at second base, and Ron Hunt, batting right-handed, would be trying to hit the ball to the right side. Bunning would be trying to prevent him, and oh, what a battle they used to put on. Well, Buckner got his man over. Now let's see about Davis. Willie hitting .285. 15 home runs, 71 RBIs. He takes the fastball high. Willie has not been himself for quite some time, ever since he hurt his leg against the Astros, ironically, when time was out. Although he did have a 4-hit game against Houston the other day. 1-0 the count. Barr comes back to him, and there's a ground ball to Fuentes. The run will score. The out recorded at first. The Dodgers lead 1-0. That's 72 RBIs for Willie Davis.
Number 13, catcher, Joe Ferguson.
Joe Ferguson, the batter. Well, the impossible dream is going on in Montreal. The Expos leading 3-2 going into the 9th inning. Bernie Carbo of the Cardinals has just hit a 9th inning home run with nobody on. So the Cardinals have tied it up with the Expos 3-3, and they now go to the bottom of the 9th. Ferguson fouls the pitch away. Say, do you put the heat on your motor oil with a lot of long-distance driving at freeway speeds? Then be sure to try Union 76 high-performance engine oil. It's made to take the heat. 0-2, the count of Joe Ferguson. 2 down, a run over. Dodgers leading the Giants 1-0. Barr ready in the strike 2 pitch. Just outside, ball 1. Barr was walking off, and Harvey was moving to his right, but Doug never raised the right arm. Fergie's had a fine year. 23 home runs, 84 RBIs. The 1-2 pitch, slider lifted to right field. Bobby Bonds moving over, under it, waiting, makes the catch, and that's that. The Dodgers get a run on no hits, and at the end of an inning, Dodgers 1, Giants nothing. And Philadelphia, Chicago postponed wet grounds. Montreal playing super ball, beat the Cardinals 5-4 in their first game. They're tied 3-3 in the bottom of the 9th of the nightcap. The Reds are at bat in the bottom of the 9th, and it is 5-2 in favor of Houston. The Reds have a 7-game winning streak on the line. The Pirates are leading the Mets 9-3 at the end of 6. Atlanta beat San Diego 7-0. Here's Willie McCovey to start it off. They load up the right side, and Willie fouls it back out of play, and the count 0-1. No balls, one strike. Big stretch, followed by Gary Matthews and then Chris Spire. McCovey at 269, 27 home runs, 68 RBIs. Russell, Lopes, and Buckner on the right side, and the pitch now is grounded foul outside of first, down the line. Hey, a repeat for the West Coast. Jerry celebrated his birthday on the 14th. We were in Houston, so they repeated for the coast. His name in lights. Beautiful. 0-2 the count. McCovey waiting, Sutton reading Joe Ferguson. Tommy Peshorek is almost in the Giant bullpen. Not quite, but he's getting there. McCovey waiting. The strike 2 pitch on the way. McCovey swings and misses strike 3. So Sutton has started out by striking out Bonds, Fuentes, and now McCovey. And the batter is Gary Matthews. Gary Matthews hitting .298. 11 home runs, 55 runs batted in. Sutton has a look at Ferguson. The outfield fanned out straight away on Gary. Matthews has had a fine season. Sutton ready and comes to the plate and missed high. Ball 1, 1-0. The Dodgers will go over the 1,900,000 mark in home attendance tonight. The 1-0 pitch to Gary Matthews is hit to left center for a base hit. Willie Davis plays it on a hop and gets it back in. So Matthews a one-out single, and the shortstop, Chris Spire, coming up.
Number 35, shortstop, Chris Spire.
Nobody ever really knows what happened. I guess everybody, first of all, was in a bit of a state of shock in San Francisco. But the last time the Giants and Dodgers played, when the game was over and the people were leaving the ballpark, suddenly Chris Spire had to be restrained. He wanted to go after Bill Buckner as the Dodgers were walking off the field. Then later on, when the Dodgers were getting undressed in the dressing room, the phone rang in the manager's office, and someone said it's a phone call for Buckner. And so Bill went into the manager's office to answer the phone. Here's the pitch to Spire, breaking ball for a strike, 0-1. Buckner picked up the phone and put it to his ear, and then slammed it down on the receiver and went storming out of the office. And somebody said, I'll bet you 10-1 that was Chris Spire on the phone. 0-1 the count. Sutton a look over at first and a lob throw. There are all reports. The report we got as to what started it, well, somebody told us that Spire spit tobacco juice on Buckner's uniform. Here's the strike 1 pitch. Spire takes inside, 1-1. In the series up at Candlestick, Buckner was playing left field, so naturally the left fielder and the shortstop cross each other's paths all the time. And evidently, and this is just hearsay, that Spire, whether on purpose or otherwise, spit tobacco juice on Buckner, so the next time they went by, Buckner let him have it in the face. The pitch to Spire is fouled away. 1-2. Anyway, whatever caused it, it's the Giants and the Dodgers, and nobody cares about the standings or where they are or how they play. There is always something like that going on. And the latest case of the rivalry, Chris Spire and Bill Buckner. 1-2 the count. Matthews off the bag. Sutton ready, works the plate. Slow ground ball to third. Say goes to Lopes, just in time. So they get a force play, 5-4, and now Bill Buckner is holding the bag on Chris Spire.
97, number 26, third baseman, Dave Kingman.
So Spire at first, held on by Buckner. And those of you with field glasses, keep your eyes trained on those two. And the batter is big Dave Kingman. Sutton hands at his sides. Spire trying to increase his lead a little bit at first. And the pitch to Kingman high. Ball 1, 1-0. Montreal failed to score in the bottom of the ninth, so they go to the 10th inning in the second game. Cardinals 3, Montreal 3. The 1-0 pitch to Dave Kingman is swung on and missed. Dave really trying to uppercut the ball. You could tell he's a home run hitter by that swing. Lon Simmons tells us that Dave Kingman has hit 13 home runs in his last 21 games. Now the 1-1 pitch to Big Dave. Fastball grounded to say. He's up with it behind the bag and throws to Buckner for the out. No runs, one hit, a man left at the end of an inning and a half. Dodgers 1, Giants nothing.
Number 27.
Dodgers will have Willie Crawford, followed by Ron Say, and then Tom Paciorek. 1-0 Dodgers in the second inning. Final score, Minnesota beat Kansas City 8-3. The Giants with McCovey and Fuentes on the right side, Spire and Kingman. The outfielder Gary Matthews, Gary Maddox, and Bobby Bonds. Dave Rader behind the plate, and Jim Barr's fastball is outside, ball 1. Willie hitting .296, a dozen home runs, 64 RBIs. 1-0 the count. Barr comes back with a change, and it's over for a strike, 1-1. A final score at Cincinnati. The Astros beat the Reds 5-2. Dodgers leading here 1-0 in the second inning. The next one swung on and missed, 1-2. In that ball game, Houston 5 runs, 8 hits. The Reds 2 runs, 7 hits. Home runs by Cedeno and Watson. Just hesitating because the line score can't be right. If Bainey came in the 8th inning, he could not be the losing pitcher. So I'm sure Jack Billingham lost it and Dave Roberts won it. The count to Willie Crawford now, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ron Say on deck, then Tom Paciorek. Crawford backs out for a moment. Now up to the plate again. Jim Barr into the windup and delivers a change. Hit down the line, foul, out of play. They have Dick Bainey as the losing pitcher, but that doesn't make any sense. And since he's from Anaheim and his mom and dad might very well be listening, there's no reason to pin him with the defeat. If he came in the 8th inning, he couldn't have lost it. So if the line score is right, then Roberts won it and Billingham lost it, not Dick Bainey. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Outside, ball 3. 3-2. One nothing Dodgers, second inning, trying to beat Barr for the second time. He's beaten them 3 times. Now the 3-2 pitch to Crawford, sprayed foul down the left field line, off the second deck facade and down below. Still 3-2. The next pitch is ball 4. So Willie Crawford trots to first. Say, for the full flavor of freshness in pork and pork products, a name you can be sure of is Farmer John.
Third baseman, Ronnie Say.
Ron Say hitting .238, 14 home runs, 72 runs batted in. On deck, Tom Paciorek. Barr delivers, and Say, after one in the dirt, couldn't hold up, and the count 0-1. One nothing Dodgers, bottom of the second. Jim Barr look over at Crawford, right-hander back to the plate, and he missed low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Jim Barr this year has completed 8 out of 30. His earned run average 3.5. And he comes into the game with a record of 11 wins and 14 defeats. Jim's 1-1 pitch to Say, taken on the corner for a strike. 1-2. 1-2 to Ron Say. The Texas Rangers pounded Chicago 10-3 tonight. Siebert beat Cott. Now the 1-2 pitch to Ron Say. Barr turns instead and throws to first. On the message board at Dodger Stadium, welcome to all the Dodger scouts and farm system managers who are here. Dodgers holding big meetings this week that will affect the lives of a lot of young ball players. 1-2 pitch is another throw to first instead. Crawford, a good base stealer. He's 11 out of 15. Here's the 1-2 pitch coming up. And instead, another throw. Crawford back under it again. You know, Jerry has done a little figuring, and you look at the standings, and you see the percentage of victory. Oakland's 588, Baltimore 588, Pittsburgh 507. We'll tell you what Cincinnati's percentage is since the 1st of July. The pitch to Say is swung on and missed, strike 3. Since the 1st of July, the Reds' percentage is 716. Totally out of sight.
Right fielder, Tom Machurik.
They've won 53 games and lost only 21. So the Reds, you talk about a Red machine, they have been really unbelievable in their winning percentage since the 1st of July. Nobody plays 716 percentage ball for 2.5 months, but they did. Here's Tom Paciorek. Tommy has hit safely in 9 of his last 10, which is why he's in there. He swings and doesn't get it. Crawford back ahead of the throw by Rader. Paciorek has increased his batting average 36 points in the last 10 games. Barr delivers. Tommy takes fastball on the hand. So there's a classic pattern of breaking ball down and away that got the corner. Then you come inside with a fastball and the count 1-1. Tom in the 10 games has 2 home runs, a double, 4 RBIs. He's played very well defensively, too. 1-1 pitch. Paciorek, a half swing. He rolled it back a second to Spire, who steps on second and doubles him at first. So a half swing by Tom Paciorek has turned into a double play, 6-3. No runs, no hits, nobody left, and at the end of 2, Dodgers 1, Giants nothing. The end of 2 innings, the Dodgers 1, the Giants nothing. Don Sutton and Jim Barr. Tomorrow night, Juan Marichal will be going for the Giants, and the Dodgers will counter with Tommy John. Let's go to the 3rd, 1-0 Dodgers. For more play-by-play, here's Jerry Doggett.
All right, Vinny, and here's the catcher, Dave Rader, coming on. Barr to follow, and then Bonds after that. Dodgers with a run on a walk, a stolen base, and 2 ground balls to second. So 1 run and no hits for the Dodgers. No runs, 1 hit for the Giants. The Giants and the Dodgers are separated by only 1 game in the lost column. The Dodgers have lost 1 less than the Giants. The Giants will have 2 more games to play than the Dodgers have. Here's a swing and a fly ball to left field. Crawford backs up a step or 2, waiting under it now. Will he see there? Makes the catch for the out. So Rader, a fly ball to left, and that brings up the pitcher, Jim Barr. On the schedule, the Dodgers after tonight have 11 left to play. The Giants have 12. Have 13 rather, and the Reds have 12. The Reds have lost 58, so the Dodgers are 6 behind in the lost column. If they win tonight, they would be 5.5 overall. Here's Barr at bat. Barr stepping in, right-hand batter. He's hitting 141. Takes the first pitch. Low and away, ball 1. So Barr not too bad a hitter. Has 9 hits and 1 run batted in. Sutton delivers a ground ball to the left side, through to left field, a base hit. So Barr gets the second hit of the game off Sutton, single to left, and that'll bring on the leadoff batter, Bobby Bonds. 38 home runs for Bobby, 92 runs batted in.
Richard Salter.
Bonds with 42 steals.
Please contact.
Trying to become one of the rare players to have 40 home runs and 40 stolen bases.
Robert Jeffrey. Thank you.
All right, Bonds stepping in. Barr puts on the windbreaker at first base. Tito Fuentes on deck. Now Bonds swinging that bat. Bobby struck out his first time up. Now the look, and here's the pitch. Swung a bouncing ball to Russell. He goes to Lopes for one, on to first base. Double play to retire the side. Russell took a couple of steps to the bag, waited for Lopes to get there, then fed in the ball. And Lopes on to first in time. So a 6-4-3 double play to retire the side. No runs into hit. None left on. The score at the end of 2.5 innings. Dodgers 1 and the Giants nothing.
Well, all good things come to an end, and that includes summer vacation. And Farmer John hopes you youngsters have enjoyed yourselves, and he wishes you well during the school year ahead. Keep following the Dodgers, he says, pitch for high marks, and by all means, eat plenty of ham sandwiches for lunch. Knowing Farmer John, he means sandwiches made with his own sliced cooked ham. What else? And it's a fact that until you youngsters and grown-ups try Farmer John's sliced cooked ham, why, you'll never know what you've been missing. You see, most sliced cooked ham is from foreign countries, travels here in cans, which makes it canned ham until packaged for your store. But Farmer John cures his ham right here in the West. From strictly fresh eastern corn-fed pork, he also dresses fresh in the West. Well, as a result, it has a fresher flavor, never a cooked-in-the-can taste, because it never touches a can. So all you young baseball fans, take Farmer John's advice. Pick plenty of ham sandwiches off to school. And you mothers, be sure the ham is from Farmer John.
Jim Barr on the mound now. Jim had to stay in the dugout a moment to get cleaned up after sliding into second base, trying to break up the double play, and trainer Leo Hughes cleaned him off. So Barr warming up. And the Dodgers will start with Bill Russell, Don Sutton, and Davey Lopes. They put happy anniversary on the message board to Bill and Ann Russell. That also came over on the road last week. So we'll say happy anniversary again. 1-0, Dodgers leading. On the scoreboard, the Reds lost tonight to Houston, 5-2, as Dave Roberts went all the way to beat Jack Billingham. Cedeno and Watson had home runs in that one. In Montreal, they're in the 10th inning, all even. Cardinals 3 and Montreal 3. Montreal won the first game 5-4. Here's Bill Russell stepping in. Bill hitting .264. Russell has had 5 hits and 12 at-bats during his past 4 games. 2 doubles, a triple, and 4 runs batted in. And he's hit safely in 3 of the 4. And Bill has played in all the games. He's missed only a couple of innings. He was out for a pinch hitter in one game, and then he came out for a couple of innings in another game. He's been the Iron Man of the squad. Barr's pitch bounced toward third. Kingman wide, gloves it, turns, throws, in time for the out. So Russell out on a good play by Big Dave Kingman, moving off third base to get it. 1 away, and Don Sutton will be the batter. Don hitting .105 with 8 hits, 4 RBIs. So in the third inning, Sutton the batter, Davey Lopes on deck. Dodgers and the Giants, and the Giants lead in the season series 9-7. There's a liner hit to right field, dropping in front of Bonds, throws to first base. Not in time. He makes a high throw, backed up by Rader. Bonds tried to throw to first base to beat Sutton, but Don was going as fast as he could down there, and the throw from Bonds was high. So it is a base hit to right field for Sutton, the Dodgers' first hit of the game. Here's Davey Lopes at bat. Davey has hit safely in 7 games. He's hitting .275, and he is a candidate, of course, for Rookie of the Year honors. Also, Gary Matthews of the Giants is a candidate. Lopes' credentials, 275 average, 5 home runs, and Davy now has stolen 35 bases. So those are pretty good credentials, and he is a converted outfielder playing second base and doing a good job. So Davy having a fine year. He's hit safely in 7 straight games. Sutton on first. Pitch is low and away, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. During his streak, he's had 12 for 27, a 4.47 average. 1 ball, no strikes to Davy Lopes. Barr delivers, breaking ball, a fly ball to right center field. Bond slides over, Bobby is there. He's got it for the out, 2 away. So Lopes out on the fly to right, and here's Bill Buckner coming up. Bill grounded up, first time up. Buckner stepping in. Bill hitting 276. When you don't have time to go to the bank, let the bank come to you. Bank by mail at Union Bank. Here's Buckner in now with 2 away. Sutton standing at first base with the windbreaker on. Barr ready, the pitch. Line foul off to the left out of play. Good crowd on hand tonight. One strike count to Bill Buckner. Again, Barr out of a stretch on the look over and the pitch on the way. Tapped in front of the plate. Out for it goes Rader. Up, drops the ball. And Buckner's safe. Actually, Rader skidded to his leg. And the ball went to the ground, but he had his hand on it all the time, and it'll be a base hit for Buckner. As Rader squared away to throw, his feet gave way. He slipped. And Buckner then beats it out. And here's Willie Davis at bat with Sutton going to second base on the infield hit. Davis grounded out to drive in the Dodger run in the first inning. Willie hitting 285, 15 home runs, 72 runs batted in. All right, 2 on here in the third, and Barr pitching to Davis. All right, Willie waits. Now the look and the pitch on the way. Off speed and a pop-up. On the third baseline, Kingman coming down the line and makes the catch, a step and foul ground. So Davis fouls out, side retired. No runs, 2 hits, and the Dodgers leave 2, and the score at the end of 3. Dodgers 1 and the Giants nothing.
Things you aren't using can be put to good use at the Salvation Army's Rehabilitation Center. Your donated items can become part of the Salvation Army's work therapy program. So necessary for the people who are making full-time efforts to overcome their personal handicaps. You can help many people.
Into the 4th inning of the ball game now with Fuentes, Maddox, and McCovey coming on. Dodgers leading 1-0 against the Giants. We've had a little discussion between plate umpire Harvey, third base umpire Crawford, the third base coach John McNamara, and when Sutton came out of the dugout to go to the mound, Doug Harvey, the plate umpire, said something to Don, who just nodded and walked on back onto the mound. We're not sure what that discussion was about, but then they held another meeting, and as of now, there's no way of telling exactly what it was. The Giants will start it off with the number 2 hitter in the lineup, Tito Fuentes. Sutton goes back behind the mound to get the dirt loose in his spikes. So we're all set. More play. Here's Vin.
Okay, Jerry. Don Sutton getting ready to be pitching to Tito Fuentes, Gary Maddox, and Willie McCovey. We are all so trained sitting up here in the booth that whenever 2 men on a ball field stop to have any kind of a chat, right away we're thinking about the possibilities of this or that. However, in the field glasses, when the third base umpire Shag Crawford and Doug Harvey and John McNamara were talking, they were laughing heartily, and it looked like a purely social conversation. But having already talked to Sutton, why, you have no idea what one part conversation related to the other. Oh, we'll see. Harvey, of course, is thinking of the fact that the game is being telecast back to San Francisco, so he looked up here and said, okay, as if to say, shall we start the next inning? So they're free and easy down there, and Tito Fuentes checks in at the plate. Sutton ready, over the top, and it's fouled away. Deep in the stands, back of the Dodger dugout, 0-1. Dodgers leading 1-0. Lopes walked and stole second, his 35th steal of the year. Took third on a ground ball and scored on a ground ball. Don looks into Joe Ferguson, now to the windup. Back he comes, and it's popped in the air, foul off to the left. That'll go back into the stands. Tito struck out one of his rare times in the first inning. He has struck out 57 times in 611 at-bats. That makes him tough. 9%. Tito, switch hitter, batting left-handed. Of course, since he does not have much power, if he struck out a lot, he wouldn't be in the big leagues. The strike 2 pitch to Tito. Swung on and missed, and the bat chases Joey Amalfitano out of the first base coaching box. And I'll bet you it's been a rare game this year where Tito Fuentes has struck out more than once in one game. And he's 0 for 2 tonight on strikeouts. Olympia Beer, happy to send it all to you from Dodger Stadium. And the batter is Gary Maddox. Maddox tried to bunt his way aboard in the first inning and hit back to the box. Sutton checking Ferguson into the windup and delivers. The fastball is hit the straightaway center, but very shallow. Lopes goes out, one-hands it. So 2 down in the 4th inning, and Willie McCovey, the batter. McCovey struck out in the 2nd inning. Don Sutton has 4 strikeouts. Bonds, Fuentes twice, and McCovey. Again, they load up the right side. Russell, Lopes, and Buckner, so Ron Say all alone between 2nd and 3rd. Sutton into the windup. Don works the plate, and the breaking ball is just low and outside. Ball 1. One ball and no strikes to Willie McCovey. Sutton nods yes, goes to the windup, and back he comes, and the pitch is low and inside. Ball 2. 2-0. Now the 2-0 pitch to Willie McCovey, high up above the eyes. Ball 3. Sutton's 3-0 pitch to McCovey, swinging and fouled it back. 3-1. Don working on a new ball. The only Dodger run. Dodgers worked it over in the first inning on a walk to Davy Lopes. A steal and 2 ground balls. His stolen base is a milestone for Davy, most by a Dodger since Willie Davis stole 38 in 1970. Next pitch is foul back, and the count 3-2. And McCovey is not trying to just meet the ball. He's trying to hit it to Pasadena. 3-2 the count. Don checking, McCovey waiting. Big Willie pumping at Wood. Sutton comes to him 3-2, and it's a bouncer right back to Sutton. He looks at the ball, makes sure it's not broken, and he throws to first for the out, and that's it for the Giants. So at the end of 3.5 innings, Dodgers 1, Giants nothing. Slider, ball 1, 1-0. Barr checking with Dave Rader, comes back to the plate 1-0, and missed low, ball 2. So Fergie will have a look at Tommy Lasorda. 2-0 the count. Barr into the windup. His 2-0 pitch to Ferguson is swung on and fouled away. Out of play, and the count 2 balls, 1 strike. Now the 2-1 pitch. Fergie lifts this one foul off to the right of the plate. That'll carry back out of play into the second deck. So it's 2-2. Doug Harvey trying to keep the scoreboard and correct it to 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ferguson waiting. Back comes Barr, and it's fouled away. Ferguson waiting. Barr on the rubber. Now the 2-2 pitch to Ferguson, laced to center. Solid base hit. Gary Maddox up to get the ball back in to Chris Fire. So Fergie singles, and the batter, Willie Crawford. Willie Crawford batting .296. He has a dozen home runs, 64 runs batted in. Tito Fuentes in from second base to say something to Barr. Now Tito goes back to his position. Crawford, the batter, Say on deck. Ferguson at first, held on by McCovey. Barr at the bell to check at first. The pitch to Crawford, down and away. Ball 1, 1-0. Dodgers leading 1-0, bottom of the 4th inning. Quite a duel. Don Sutton and Jim Barr. Right-hander ready, another check of Fergie. The pitch to Crawford, line down the left field line, foul, and one hop up into the lower stand, and the count 1 ball, 1 strike. One and one. Barr hands it aside, checking with Rader. Fergie is short lead.